Thank you for joining us. I'm Michelle Martin. Topping our news at 6, the Confederate monument at the Union County Courthouse will stick around just a little while longer after a vote in today's quorum court meeting. NBC 10's Gabrielle Pfeiffer has the details on what led to this decision.
Protests and rallies to sign petitions concerning the Confederate monument, a decision was made by the quorum court on what happens next.
And the only way we can be sure that everybody's voice has been heard would be to put the things out.
Leaving the decision up to the registered voters in the general elections in November. For the time being, the monument will stay exactly where it is.
In all fairness, I'm going to rule one to keep it because the majority of letters said keep it.
Judge Lofton said the court received almost 2,000 letters from the public and about the same number of signatures on the petitions, but not all of those were valid. Though he believes the court made the fairest decision in allowing the voters to have the last word.
Best way for any elected official to serve the people who put us in office is to let them vote.
If the statue is removed, the judge says it could cost the county millions and would take years before it's actually taken down.
There's a chance that we would have to repay any grant monies that we've received since 1995 back, which is somewhere around $500,000.
Both sides of the issue say hard work was put into making sure their voices were heard, but now is where the real work begins.
Next is this right here, voter registration. We are going to get as many people as we possibly can to fill these out. We're going to work on getting absentee ballots in.
Reporting in El Dorado, Gabrielle Pfeiffer, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Early voting begins for the general elections on October 19th. Election day is on November 3rd. Staying in Arkansas, due to an uptick in coronavirus cases, Governor Asa Hutchinson has issued an order requiring people to wear masks in public throughout the state. He issued the order today after weeks of resisting such a requirement. His decision, which takes effect on Monday, follows growing support from businesses and health leaders and comes a day after Bentonville-based Walmart said it would require customers to wear masks in all of its U.S. stores. Hutchinson had previously resisted calls for a mask mandate, but allowed cities to require them. COVID-19 cases have surged in Arkansas since the state aggressively began lifting restrictions back in May to reopen its economy. CVS and Target announcing they will require all customers to wear masks as well. It comes as the retail industry moves to enact mask mandates to slow the spread of the virus. The CVS policy goes into effect on Monday. Target's goes into effect August 1st. Target says it will provide disposable masks at entrances to customers who don't have one. The National Retail Federation, the main lobbying group for the industry, has called on retailers to require masks for customers. The CVS and Target news again coming a day after Walmart, Kroger, and Kohl's all said masks would be mandatory in all of their stores. Best Buy announced that it will require customers to wear masks as well. As the coronavirus pandemic continues to rock the nation and the state, Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards has announced a $24 million emergency rental assistance program. That program will help renters experiencing financial hardship as a result of the pandemic. This includes shutdowns, closures, layoffs, reduced work hours, or unpaid leave. The program will also provide financial assistance for renters who are behind on their rent or at risk of eviction due to COVID-19. For more details about the program, visit our website, myarklimits.com. You can also call 211. Meantime, the Salvation Army in Monroe is implementing a sustainable emergency housing program of their own. All shelter residents will be charged $7 per night beginning August 1st. There will be a 2-week grace period for new residents before the fee is charged. Residents will still receive 2 weeks of emergency shelter for free, and then that fee will go into effect after the initial period. All nightly shelter fees will go directly to funding for the emergency shelter program there in Monroe. The Office of Motor Vehicles in West Monroe is shifting its services to appointment only. The West Monroe office will begin appointment only services effective today. It's in an effort to increase efficiency and precautions related to the COVID-19 response. Customers can schedule their appointment by selecting the book appointment icon located at expresslane.org. Masks are mandatory in most circumstances at OMV locations across our state. New information and more bad news for the drug hydroxychloroquine. A new study showing that it had no benefit in patients with early mild COVID-19. Over 400 non-hospitalized adults with confirmed or probable COVID-19 were assigned to either hydroxychloroquine or a placebo within the first few days of their symptoms. They found the anti-malarial was no more effective in early treatment than the placebo after 2 weeks. According to the scientist, nearly a quarter of those receiving hydroxychloroquine had ongoing symptoms. That's compared to 30% who had received a placebo. Continuing our coverage, after more than a dozen high-profile Twitter accounts were hacked on Wednesday, now Twitter is saying it was likely a, quote, coordinated social engineering attack. The hack targeted corporate accounts, at least one former president and a presidential candidate, with tweets asking people to send Bitcoin with the promise of doubling it. The company says its investigation discovered an operation that targeted some Twitter employees to gain access to internal systems and tools. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey commented on the situation, saying it was a tough day for the company. Twitter says an investigation is ongoing. New at 6, it's been a month since the Louisiana National Guard teamed up with Grambling State University to fix multiple areas on campus that are prone to flooding. NBC 10's Isabel Albritton spoke with project leaders. She has an update on the GSU Drainage 2020 project.
Because of that lack of mitigation and some of the problems we've had with drainage, it has impacted our academic buildings, student housing, and other facilities around campus.
But not for long. The Louisiana National Guard has begun to open up the canal and build waterways. Renee Harris says this will help improve the runoff from the city and campus.
They were more than gracious to come out and help us and facilitate the drainage problems that we have. So we're grateful for them being on campus to help mitigate the flood risk for any future damages to our buildings and infrastructure.
Right now, the project is in phase 3, which includes filling up trucks with debris and creating paths. Overall, they will clear about 37,000 cubic feet of debris and groom about 108,000 square feet of area for the university.
A lot of this work is being donated through the state and with the Louisiana National Guard. Our cost has been marginal compared to where if we actually had to write the check.
Carr says the university is providing supplies and fuel to assist the Louisiana National Guard.
We're super thankful for the opportunity to come out, opportunity to partner with GSU, building those strong relationships and getting the opportunity to give back to our community.
In Grambling, Isabel Albritton, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Harris says the project is expected to be completed by the beginning of August. Well, we have dealt with a shortage of a number of things over the last few months. You can name them on your hands. Coming up, why you're going to want to walk around with the exact change from now on.